welcome to orientation. I guess there are new people and old people, because I sort of there's a separation.
But we got Shane on the end over here.
I see the separation over here. We're going to be doing a little bit different format for orientation today, which I'm looking forward to. Who are the new people? Let me see the hands of the new people. Okay. And then these folks here are, I guess, the graduating class. And we're taking the opportunity for them to share with you, as part of their Capstone project, to share with you their experience in the professional studies program over the last 1.5 to 3 years. Who's been in the program the longest? Shelley, maybe?
Maybe.
So 3 years? So
I did 2 classes a semester for
right.
3 years, I
For
think.
3 years. So and some 1.5 1.5 to 3 years. They'll share with you their experiences, and their professor is here as well. Dr. Wes Davidson, who taught them the Capstone class, is here with them. So I'm going to let them go and do their thing, and then we'll get into the nuts and bolts of orientation once we've done that.
Okay, this is a presentation that the Capstone seminar class did this semester to describe their professional journey transformation into professional excellence as a student in the BPS program. We're going to discuss how the journey has affected them individually as well as a group. So please welcome them.
As most of you may know, it's customary when a graduating class graduates that they leave something behind for the institution and something for them to be remembered by. So we thought about it and we thought, well, maybe we could plant a tree. And we looked outside and said, there's no place that we could be. And then we said, well, maybe we could donate a room. And then we said, y'all have student loans that are beginning to look. And so then we said, well, how about a plaque? Well, that was a good idea, but maybe we'll just give back. So we are tonight, this is our give back to school. Sorry, maybe later. But we are on the end of a journey. It's very close now. We can see the end, and it's been an elusive time. But we're there. We're very close. There's just a few things that we have left to do. Almost every senior who graduates from the College of Charleston is required to take the Capstone class. And the Capstone class, as I understand the law now, is it actually is how we validate that we're ready to call ourselves College of Charleston graduates. So as we started this journey, most of us about 2 years ago, we didn't know each other, but we all entered this program with one goal in mind, and that was to get our college education and to finish our degrees. And we started on that journey together. We've grown together, we knew each other. And the important things to us through this program have been the people in this room with you today. So we know that we're leaving you in good hands. But we had Ashley, the first person we always meet, Carla, who gets us to the right classes, Jeanette, who shows us how to use the library, which is very important, and Godfrey, who's always there for us. And it's been a tremendous journey. We've had great instructors, and these are some of those instructors on our wall there today. But we've had great instructors who taught us about kernels of truth, about being better people, about asking questions, about learning about the world, things that were very important to us that maybe we were ashamed that we didn't know. We've grown as a group, we've become friends, but we couldn't have made it without the administration and the people. So as we look at where we're going, we know that now we're leaving you in good hands. the wonderful people here. The program is great. It was, we all have busy lives, and you're going to hear that, but we have had, wonderful support to do that. People who helped us, who didn't let us quit when we thought we really wanted to, they did it. So it's a journey that you're going to learn more about us and this program. So thank you.
Hi everybody, my name is Shelley Brew, and all of us here tonight, as Linda said, are in the BPS program. We all have the same major, which is professional studies, but we're in different concentrations, similar to some of you who may have already declared a concentration. Here's a list of the students that are graduating and the concentrations and when we're graduating, some of us this fall, some of us in the spring. And I'd like to introduce everybody to you. First, under Applied Communications, we have Katie Davenport. We have Victoria Pittis and Chanel Mariette. In Communications and Information Systems, we have Laura Edwards. Healthcare and Medical Systems, Linda Meehan. In Organizational Leadership and Management, we have Heather Kaufman, Lance Kearse, Dale Munn, myself, and Christina Henriksen.
Well, as Linda said, the resounding consensus you will hear throughout this presentation is an appreciation for the support we've all received collectively and individually throughout our journey. From our first contact with Ashley Reiser in admissions and Carla Stewart in advising, to connecting with professors and our fellow students, to spending many hours in the library with our on-campus librarian, Jeanette, to finally walking across the stage receiving our diploma from our dean, Godfrey Gibson. As you can see, the small pieces of this program are connected to make a bigger picture, enriching our personal and professional lives. Please watch and listen as we invite you through our personal journey of the program.
Hi everyone, my name is Shelley Brew and I will be graduating in spring of 2017. I wanted to give you an idea of what my life is like as a non-traditional student. I am currently studying for an upcoming exam, and it may look calm right now, but the truth is, as a married mom with a full-time job, free time is scarce, and I'm usually juggling several things at once. So I wanted to finish earning a degree for over 20 years, and the BPS program is the only way I can make this happen. The flexibility of this program and the support that I've received really makes this program as special and unique as the students who are enrolled in it. And in my case, I am a mom, I'm a wife, and I'm a career woman, and I'm a BPS student. Now back to studying. Say bye, boys.
Bye. Now, I'm a bit different from Shelley. I don't have any kids at home, but I was still scared that I would be able to manage work in school. I'm a manager of many, and when duty calls, I have to be there. So I needed to remind myself that I was here to study subjects that I was passionate about. And I needed to rely on peers like Shelley and like Professor Davidson to keep me centered and to keep me focused. And in that balance, I found a space for myself, and this program has inspired me in the ways that I can. I am Heather Kaufman, and I'm a BPS student.
Hi everyone, I'm Christina, and I wanted to share a little bit about my experience with the BPS program here with you tonight. I'm excited to say that I am almost at the end of my journey here. I came to the college at Charleston from Trident Technical College as a transfer student, filled with big dreams and a tremendous drive to complete the next leg of my academic journey. Little did I realize how challenging this was actually going to be, trying to juggle my personal life, my commitments and obligations to my family and school and work. But with lots of help from my wonderful classmates who I consider more as friends, I've made it through, and this program gave me the flexibility and support that I needed to make that happen. Through hard work and determination, I was able to reach my goal, and you will be able to do the same. I'm proud to call myself a BPS student.
Good morning, everybody. It's about 6:15 and it's time to get bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. And I have started that by making my best friend coffee. And soon we're going to be heading to class, and then we're going to be heading to work, and then we're going to head back to class. Now, the support you get from the administration and your fellow classmates is nothing short of amazing. It truly shows that you can get through this journey of hard work and dedication to your schoolwork through everyone around you. I am proud to say that through that support, I will be graduating in just a few short weeks. And more importantly, I am very proud to call myself a BPS student, as I know you are proud to call yourself one too. So it's time to get your thinking caps on, and it's time to work hard because your journey starts now.
Hi, this is Victoria. I'm home from a long day at work. No, this is not Victoria. This is Linda. Victoria's a friend of mine. We met through this program about a year ago. The program has actually been wonderful for all of us. We all live busy lives. We have jobs. We have careers. We have lives outside of this program. And through this program, we've been able to take schedules and classes that actually do help us meet our obligations outside of here. The experience that we've had in this program has been wonderful in terms of having a very supportive staff, very supportive classmates and instructors, and we would not have been able to do that. And so I look forward to graduating from this program in just a few days, and I wish everyone well as they take on this process and have as much joy as they want into classes. Thank you.
Hey everybody, I'm Lance. Unlike Linda, I haven't established a career path, but I hope to do so soon. Joining the Air Force Reserve in 2010 to help fund my college education was a great idea in theory, but things didn't go exactly as I had planned. I found myself working exhausting days between a traditional school schedule and balancing 2 jobs. So many days I felt like quitting, but I knew I couldn't. It would disappoint too many, myself included. Since joining the BPS program, my life became much more manageable thanks to the scheduled night classes and the support system I found with my colleagues. Seeing them achieve their dreams of graduation and doing so together has truly been a pleasure. This program has been special for me, and I'm excited to have been a part of it.
Who knew a billboard would change my life? After being accepted into the BPS program at the College of Charleston, I quickly discovered this was not only an honor, but also an accomplishment in itself. The highlights of my tenure as a student have far exceeded what I ever thought I was capable of achieving. I began this journey on a high note by being one of the first recipients of the Dr. Seuss Crest Scholarship. I was grateful for the support, and after meeting Dr. Crest, I knew I had gained a mentor and a friend. In my second semester, I was delighted to be chosen to represent the BPS program as an honoree of the college's Board of Trustees. I even had the opportunity to display my true talent singing the national anthem at the college's 2016 Veterans Day celebration on the Cistern Yard. I was overjoyed about the opportunity to share the stage with the likes of President Glenn McConnell, Charleston Mayor John Tecklenburg, and our very own Dean Godfrey Gibson. Being on the Dean's List and joining my fellow adult scholars in the Alpha Sigma Lambda Honor Society assured me I have what it takes to compete in the professional workforce. The hands-on experience I have gained from being editor of the Professional Studies Student Newsletter and being a student employee serving as a recruitment manager for the School of Professional Studies has been boundless. I have not only gained an education and a degree, I have gained self-assurance, excellent mentors, invaluable connections, and lifelong friends. I came into this program without a plan, and I will be leaving with a roadmap to professional success. I am Chanel Marriott, and I can proudly say I am a BPS student. Now here's my friend and fellow classmate Dale Munn with a reflection of his personal journey.
Like Chanel and I, others came to the college looking for extra substance within our lives and our professional career through education. Someone once said that a paper bag cannot stand upright alone, that it needs sand at the bottom or another form of material to keep it standing during times when the right conditions do not exist. I, along with others, chose education to fulfill my personal bag so that I would continue to succeed within my respective career and personal goals. The BPS program has allowed me to obtain substance, not only through education, but through friendships, mentors, and personal education. While attending the college, most BPS students tend to stay in one concentration, which they find fulfilling. Unlike others, I chose a different road, and while completing my BPS degree, I also chose a minor in hospitality and tourism management. While taking courses at the downtown and North Campus, my time here at the North Campus has been much more rewarding due to the classroom setting, professors, and the direct adult staff and staff that support them. Because the right conditions exist, I am a 2016 graduate of the College of Charleston School of Professional Studies, and my name is Dale Munn.
Hi, I'm Katie, a senior graduating this December with my Bachelor of Professional Studies in Applied Communications. I'll begin working on my Master's in Communications here at the College of Charleston in January. I came to the BPS program because as a transfer student from Triton Tech, I was going to have to wait the entire summer of 2015 in order to start at the campus downtown. It was also going to be very difficult to go to school full-time, work full-time, and be a single mom to my 3 amazing kids. But the BPS program allowed me to do just that. Now I have an amazing job that I absolutely love, and I know completing my degree has been key to getting that. So in the last year and a half, I've spent many, many hours sitting here at my desk, quietly studying until... So this morning, when I was here, we were working on scripts, stuff, and read it through the I'm a BPS student.
Like Katie, I'm a mom and I'm working full-time, but I found I needed a bachelor's degree to advance in my career. What was different for me was I started pursuing that degree later in life, which was very intimidating. I wasn't sure if I could keep up with a busy work and school calendar or even keep up with new technology. The BPS program created a schedule that fit my needs as I attended some classes here on campus and some online, and the accelerated courses kept me on track to graduate. Available resources such as my advisor who responded to my emails the same day, or even the librarian who had evening hours to answer questions about upcoming projects, made the college experience for an older working person very positive. My name is Laura Edwards, and I'm proud to be a BPS student.
And as you heard from all of us tonight, we all had different reasons for why we came to the BPS program. But we can all stand up here today as proof that you can get through this program with the support of the staff and most importantly, your peers. As we went through these classes, we all faced a lot of the same struggles and the same challenges. And because of that, it allowed us to have a better understanding of what we were each going through and to know that we weren't alone. We shared stories and we learned a lot about each other that we might not have in bigger settings, and so that helped to get us to where we are today. We worked together as a team, we challenged each other, we pushed each other even when we stepped on toes a few times, but we knew that we were pushing each other to be better versions of ourselves. Being in those smaller classes not only allowed us to get to know each other better, but it also allowed us to get to know the instructors better, and to spend more time with them, learning from their knowledge and their expertise. They worked along with us as guides and partners. They also understood that as college students, we were not traditional college students, and we had responsibilities beyond the classroom. And so they worked with us with respect and treated us as peers. They recognized that also as adult students, we tended to learn a little differently, and so they adapted to that, but still challenged us and pushed us a lot of times out of our comfort zones. Their level of respect and professionalism, it was something that was a great example for all of us to aspire to. And this BPS program has been something different, as you heard from all of us, but through it all, with the support of each other, from the staff, from our amazing instructors, we were able to get through it. And And the impact of this program is something that's going to stay with us until long after we've left this building. So what we started together, we now finish together. So, thank you.
And I just want to close our presentation with, although they notified me as a team leader or project manager, this entire project wouldn't have gotten done without my classmates. Whether it's changing the format or the text of the project, it was simple decisions like that that made it relate to our journey. There's no competition with one another. No one's better than the rest. You guys are going to support each other every step of the way. So as a BPS alum on Saturday, I invite you to ask any questions that we can answer for you, and I appreciate you sitting here and listening to us today. Thank you.
Are there any questions? Okay, well, I think we'll excuse ourselves.
All right, well, thank you guys.
Wait, Tasha has something.
I know I don't have a question, but I just want to thank all of you, each and every one of you, for coming out tonight, because that means a lot to us, coming in brand new, because I'm sure we're all scared. And the same position that you were in years ago. So, yeah, thank you so much for sharing that story, because it did allow me to breathe a little. So, so thank you. Yeah, you can breathe.
And thank you guys, this was awesome. I've been reading what you've got here and I stopped because I kept coming to the cry. But, it's been a lot of fun.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Have fun, you guys. It's a great experience. And just think, you're the next us.
You'll be with I do.
Watch the cord.
I do.
Those classic
I'll miss you guys. Oh, you'll be back.
Good luck. Safe travels. See you tomorrow. She don't hug me.
I'll see you.
Thank you, Carla.
You're welcome.
You drug me.
I did.
You drug me.
We do.
I'll stop by.
I'll see you again.
Call me when you can't find me.
I will. I'll call you.
Someone come of you.
Sounds good.
I'll see you tomorrow. Dale.
Yep.
Look at Dale looking at you. Dale,
I'll call.
I'm gonna miss you, Dale. Come get me.
So as you can tell, Carla and I and Godfrey and Jeanette, we really build a relationship with our students. It's not just a, drop in, take classes and scoot on. We're here to support you guys. We work hard for you guys. And really, what we do is about y'all and helping you through this journey to finishing your degree. So I hope that hearing folks on the other end has been helpful. I've told a couple folks at the beginning, many semesters when we do this, we're talking about program requirements and forms and all this sort of stuff. But what they told y'all is much more about the nuts and bolts than us hammering on about honor codes and parking and all that kind of stuff, which is important, but that's the experience. And that's what we work really hard to help provide. And I think that's what sets us apart from other programs in the Charleston area. A couple of quick housekeeping things. Has anybody, I know Carlos talked to you about this, has anybody been poking around in the BPS Oaks course? No? Okay. So we created it's like a shell course. You're all going to be enrolled in it if you're not already.
They're in.
They're in.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a way for us, not to blow up your email all the time. So you have one place where we're able to send out messages like scholarship application is available, or here's an internship opportunity, or here's whatever news type things are going on. Plus, we're able to, as Carla does a lot of career workshops and things along those lines, we can record them and put them there. An interviewing workshop might not mean anything to you today,
but it might mean something in 2 weeks, 2 months, towards the end of your program. So we want all of that archived for you. So at midnight, you can go and look at that when, I don't know about these folks, but I'm in bed. So that's a place for you to be able to go when you are able to. Carla does a great job in scheduling workshops and things along those lines, but you know y'all are busy. If you're not here, you're probably at work, at home, other places, or in class. So we want to make sure that those types of resources are available to you and are tailored to adult students. Y'all aren't starting with a blank slate. At this point, for a lot of you, it's let's update everything. Let's take this resume that may have 15 years of stuff, and let's start cleaning some of those things up. So there's a lot in that portal, and so if you haven't taken a look, when you log into My Charleston and you click, I think it's Acorn.
Yeah.
For Oaks. How many of y'all have been to Trident along the lines, right? Mm-hmm. It's D2L. Yeah. It's the same platform, we just call it Oaks. So it should look familiar to you there. But go ahead and poke a look around, take a look. There's a lot of stuff in there right now from the end of this semester, but we'll be loading a lot of stuff from spring dates and spring news and that sort of stuff, probably before we leave for break, with, like I said, reminders and those kinds of things. So that's definitely a place to do that. And if you're taking any online classes, that's where you're going to go for those classes, or any hybrid classes. That's where the online components for those classes are. So make sure you're checking that out. Some professors are probably starting to even load things into the courses here soon. Kurt, anything I'm leaving out?
Oh, there's some content also in that BPS connection. I know Jeanette has some research information in there that you may be able to access. We've got a little bit of general financial aid information in there, some career center, resume writing, interviewing, some things to help you with that also. But just kind of take a look around in that content section as well.
Molly, anything else from you?
Do I need?
If you want to talk, you are welcome to.
Oh, okay. Janet Finch, I'm in the library, which is downstairs, and it's essentially a bank of computers, but we do have a small collection of physical books for you guys that support the professional studies concentrations. And just remember that I'm here to help you become efficient researchers for your work. There are a lot of time-saving tricks I can teach you, and the way we deliver information to you now kind of is a little bit different than maybe it was when you last were in school. So just I'll be happy to come to your classes and give a session, and I'll remind your professors of that. And just drop by anytime. I'm usually here till 6, but I can stay later if needed. Thanks.
And also, the building is open Monday through Saturday. So some students will even come up here. We have a student who works right around the corner. She comes up here for lunch almost every day. And she eats her lunch and works on homework or papers or whatever it is she's got going on. But so if you need a place not at home where the dishes are going, wash me, and Netflix is going, hey, I've got some new shows, you can come up here and work in a more quiet
Of course, there's Wi-Fi building,
Yes.
there's Wi-Fi everywhere, so you can bring your own devices.
And there's lots of little nooks around the building where you can kind of, you don't have, the library's great, there's even some study rooms in there with whiteboards, and so a space for you to be able to work. But if you find a comfy couch or something like that, you can work there as well.
Sure.
Program.
Sure. Okay, so yes. Thank you for that vote of confidence, Carl. I heard that. How are you doing? How are you all doing? So, they've said my name a couple of times, but I like to write it so that you can see it written. It's easier to tell if you see it written than if you just hear it. I'm the Dean of the School of Professional Studies, and my job is to get you the programs you need, get the courses together, make sure the curriculum make sure that we have the right curriculum. That's what I do. And then this evening, I always take a little time to talk about the program, what it is that we try to do in the program, what are we trying to accomplish. And I do that by starting to ask you, why are you here? So this is an interactive session. I'm an economics professor, I always interact with my class. Unless, if I don't do that, economics will kill you. So, why are you here? And you can...
To finish.
To finish. What have you been doing so far?
27 years of on, off, kids in life.
That sounds like pretty much our typical students. 20 couple. We have a lot of students who graduate after 22 to 26 years of trying to get it together. So that happens a lot. That's a very typical student. How about you?
I'm also here to finally finish. I'm from Ohio, and travel became more interesting to me than finishing my degree. I needed to find myself, see what I wanted to do, and it took me from Ohio to DC, and then I'm in Charleston and working at a great company, and it's helped mold me a little bit, so I kind of have a little bit better foundation to base this all on. So
good. Anybody else wants to? Yes, sir.
I'm a 20-year Army veteran, and after 20 years, I don't know why it took that long, but after 20 years, I finally decided that I just hate computers, and I wanted a new.
Oh, it's locked. Oh, yeah. Unlock it, yeah.
He doesn't know the code?
You're supposed to know the code, right?
Graham, you don't know the code?
I just wanted a new area of concentration. The economy has always fascinated me, how it goes up, how it goes down. Just little things that are in the weeds that make the stock market go to 19,000 or drop 5 points.
Thank you. Anybody else? Yes? Go ahead.
So I work for the government now, and the only way to progress in the government is to have your degree. So that is why I'm here, to finish my degree. And basically I want to work my way all the way to the top in the government, so not as president. But
Sounds like it's on your campaign right now.
No, just like a director in some program.
Anybody else?
I'm the same as her. I love what I do, but the way to get ahead in is to finish my degree.
So, need to check the box to be able to move on. Absolutely. Anybody else? Well, since everybody has talked, you informed, you might as well just do it.
So I started back to school a couple of years ago, and I got a degree from Trident, and I wanted to get a bachelor's degree, and of course College of Charleston is a good school, and so I felt like this was the place to go to try to finish my degree.
Okay.
I'm the same way. Career advancement, I need to finish. I did college course in downtown several years ago. It did work in traditional classes and a full-time job. So I'm working with the sheriff's office now. I'd like to stay there, but in order to do what I want, which is ultimately the public information office, I need a degree. I'm doing it because I need to finish, but also because I want to.
Okay. And how about you, ma'am?
Same thing. I'm an employee of the college, and I've been here for 14 years. And since this program started, my supervisor has been down my back telling me to get in the program and finish it up. So I need to get this degree done.
Well, welcome.
And so have we.
I was in school for 5 years elsewhere and hit a wall basically, but before I did. And so I'm back to trying to finish what I started. And yeah, I mean, it's really hard to get a decent job. It's hard to get in front of anybody in order to get a position somewhere that pays decent money.
Do you need the...
Nope.
You can write teach. First time.
Okay, so before I go on, I just want to introduce it to Dr. Coates. You saw his picture earlier when the students were doing their presentation. He teaches a leadership course, and starting next semester, he'll actually be leading the Capstone course as well. And he also teaches the diversity course in the school. He's a professor of management with a background in organizational psychology. So You will interact with this man, whether you like it or not. At some point, you will run into this guy in the program. So I like to take a little bit of time to talk about the way the program is organized and why we do certain things. Because it's not natural to know why the program is organized the way it is and why we have the requirements we have. So the way the BPS is organized is that you have 2 introductory courses, you have 2 intro courses. One of them focuses on professional presentations. And why do we do that? Because it's not natural. Most people are horrible presenters. And it's not natural for them to get in front of an audience and be confident and do their thing. So what we want to make sure that when you leave the program, it's a very important goal of ours, that when you leave our program, you are a confident, bold, organized speaker. And so you have to do professional presentation, and then we also have a course in critical thinking. Again, not necessarily natural for a lot of people. A lot of people have a very hard time formulating a series of arguments or taking information, repackaging the information or the data into something useful. And we want to make sure when you leave the program you can do that. And as part of that, that's a very writing intensive course. You're doing your bachelor's degree at a liberal arts college, and a liberal arts institution concentrates heavily on quality communication. When you leave here, you'll be a very good, very confident communicator. Just like the folks you saw up here. Did they look confident to you? Yeah. Many of them, in fact, I stopped reading the thing when I hit on one woman who talked about how terrible she was as a presenter, even though her job requires her to teach people every week, to put on a seminar every week, and how horrible she was at doing it, and how now she shocks herself when she gets up there and everybody's looking at her and she's completely bold and confident. We want you to be able to do that both in writing and orally, and so we spend a lot of time focusing on those things. And then we have you go through 4 seminars. So, as a liberal arts institution, we want you to get some core competencies, or leave with some core understanding of the world. And so these 4 seminars focus on, and I always get them mixed up, so science and technology, global awareness. Okay, you gotta start helping me out now.
Ethics.
Ethics.
Diversity.
Diversity. And every student, you can't earn a professional studies degree without completing these 4 seminars. Why do you suppose we do this? Why do we suppose we put you through this series of seminars? What are we trying to get here? Well, let's talk about the first one, science and technology. There are all sorts of aspects of science and technology that affect our lives, right? It's kind of obvious. The lights and the fancy equipment and the phones you have in front of you, where you can call somebody in Eastern Africa right now. If you wanted to communicate with somebody in Eastern Africa 100 years ago, what would you do? You'd write a letter and hope that it gets onto a pigeon and then to a mule and then to, right? Whereas now, you pick up your cell phone, you pick up this tiny little device. The technology itself there has changed tremendously since you used to watch I Love Lucy and have her make a phone call with a party line, right? But so there's that. But then there's all kinds of sociological aspects of that phone that you probably have never thought about. So when somebody takes a naked picture of themselves with the phone and send it to somebody else, they have turned the phone from basically being just a basic communication device. They've transformed the use of that phone, and yet the person thinks that the naked picture they sent to somebody else was a private act. Most people, a lot of people think that was a completely private act. Okay? So you cross from pure technology into sociology, right? A little bit of psychology, sociology. Well, is that okay? Is it okay? Right now we're having there's a vibrant discussion about creating animals that are part human. So crossing genes where we can create animals that are part humans, we might be able to grow organs that we can help to solve human problems through organ transplant. But we have no clue what those things that are part humans are going to be. Is that okay? And that, of course, presses right up onto the issue of ethics, right? Now, as informed citizens, you'll have to make decisions. The society calls upon you to make all kinds of decisions. Personally, make decisions for the society, when you vote or when you decide to give money away from your paycheck, you decide to support various charities and so forth, or the way you raise your children, the society, you make all kinds of decisions that are both personal and then more global that affects a lot of people. So what we want is that you're able to think through those decisions. We can't tell you what those decisions are going to be. I'm stopping a little bit short of saying we don't care what those decisions are. But in a sense, the point is not the final decision. The point is the process by which you come to the decision. And that's the point of what we try to cover in these courses, to sort of teach you sort of a systematic way of how do I think through these decisions so that I'm confident that I'm making an ethical decision, that I'm making a decision that is socially responsible, not just a personally responsible decision, but a socially and globally responsible decision. And that's what we'll put you through in those 4 seminars. And then of course you choose a concentration, right? So the fun part for many students is you get to choose your concentration. But I'll step back and say, did you hear any of them mention talk about their concentration? They showed you what their concentration is, but did they spend any time about that? No. They spend very little time talking about their concentration. Because even though they recognize the value of the concentration, the value of those courses, and you'll see if you ever get a copy of that, they'll talk about specific things they learn in specific courses in their concentration. For them, when at the end of the program, it's almost not the point. Okay? You will learn some very, very specific skills, but it's almost not the point. But let's talk about your concentration. So there's healthcare and medical services management. There is
Org leadership.
Org leadership. Project management on the way. Communication.
So when you say communication, are we talking mass media or?
Yeah, it's a combination of understanding the context within which modern communication is taking place, but then the academic emphasis is on how to develop communication strategy and then support communication strategy, predominantly in the context of organizations.
Yeah. So, of course, you choose a concentration based upon your interest, based upon what it is that you want to get out of the program. What's the core academic area I want to get out of the program? Each concentration consists of 30 credit hours. Each concentration has a set of 18 to 21 required hours. Okay, so and I'll tell you, for the longest while, org leadership has been sort of our most popular concentration. I suspect once we start project management, the two of them would probably compete a little bit. And then the healthcare management is sort of beginning to pick up. We just started that this fall, so this is beginning to become a little bit more popular. One of the ways we have the program organized is, if you choose org leadership and management as your what's the acronym? OLM.
Yeah.
If you chose org leadership and management as your concentration, you are required to do 18 hours that you must do in this concentration, but you can pick up your other 12 wherever you want. So you can do org leadership and management and then still pick up 12 hours from project management. Or you could do org leadership and management and still pick up 12 hours of applied communication. The way the program is organized is you must do, your concentration is 30 hours. It's 30 hours. However, you have to do an 18-hour required portion and then 12 hours of electives, and those 12 hours of electives can come from almost anywhere. And definitely can come from anywhere within the other concentrations. So you're able to actually sort of mix and match to get the best of what you want on your program. That's one of the ways that it's organized, so that you can pull the best of what speaks to you out of the program. And as you heard Dale mentioned earlier, you're a College of Charleston student. That means that the rest of the campus is also open to you. If you would like to choose a minor in hospitality management, as he did, or a minor in psychology, as I think other students have done, then you can do that as well, because not just what we offer here, but the rest of the College of Charleston campus is available to you, for you to choose other courses, other programs that fit in with your own personal goals and fit in with your own career objectives. Okay, so always bear that in mind. There are a couple of things I try to emphasize in this session, one of which is, don't try to rush. This is a common thing, I know. You say, I'm here to be finished. I've been wandering in the wilderness for 40 years, and I'm ready to get out of the wilderness. I am ready to be done. The problem with that is, we don't want you to fail. We don't want you to fail because failure is going to lead to a lot of frustration. And I know you're either paying for this yourselves, or in some cases you're fortunate for an employer to be paying. Well, either way, listen to your advisors. We have had the opportunity of 3 years now of working with students, working with adult students, and helping them to guide them along. We kind of know what we're talking about when we say, if you're working 40 hours a week or 50 hours a week, you probably should try to stick to 9 to 12 hours max. If you can take advantage of the 7-week terms and do no more than 2 courses in each 7 weeks, that's ideal. Take advantage of summer. We offer courses all through the year, including summer. So don't try to do 21 hours. I'm going to deny your petition to do 21 hours when you're working 45 hours or 50 hours a week and have other responsibilities. And the reason I'm doing that is out of pure love. I want you to succeed, and therefore I am not going to allow you to ruin your path. Okay? So take it slowly. Don't try to rush through this, and smell the roses. I don't have to repeat much of this because they told you how important it is for the relationship that you're going to build among one another. You're going to spend a lot of time with each other over the next couple of years, and you're going to get to know each other very, very well. And as you're going to get to know each other very well just by spending time, but also because you'll be taking a series of courses that will force you into some situations that will force you to talk honestly and openly about who you are to your classmates, which will in turn help them understand you and you understand yourself better. Relax a little bit and do it. Take advantage of those opportunities. One of the stories I was reading here is one of the students who talked about how emotionally challenged she was when she started the program because of things that was happening to her, and how sort of reactive as a person she used to be, but actually having gone through the leadership course, she was able to begin to lead herself. She was able to begin to take it down a notch and allow herself to calmly analyze and calmly deal with situations. So take advantage of every opportunity you get in this program to learn and do something different. And as usual, if you have any questions, I'm available. Carl and Ashley are both available. They'll answer all manner of questions for you. We try to be very flexible in our time to make sure that we can accommodate the needs. And of course, tell your friends and relatives and so on that we have a program here that can meet their needs. And when you get to classes in January, don't be afraid of somebody who's 18. Don't freak out because you walk into a class and there's an 18-year-old in your class, or there's a 20-year-old in your class. Remember when you were 18 or 20, you were stupid. 18-year-olds are nice. And so there's nothing that they have, the 18-year-olds hold nothing over you. You will find that you will quickly become the person who is leading the class. A lot of faculty members are very happy to have people like you in their class because you sort of up the tone of the class and up the work ethic of the class tremendously. So we're looking forward to big things, and I wish for you a successful semester. And you want to take a quick minute, Greg?
Yeah, sure. The one thing I wanted to say is that I don't want you to think of us as an academic program, because we really are a pracademic program. So most of the people that teach here are folks who have had the traditional academic training, right? The majority of them are PhD trained, but most of them have come out of industry as well. So we are folks who have a history of teaching adults, and we know that it's different from teaching traditional students. And we have a strong emphasis on pracademics, which means that we give you a theoretical context, we'll give you all the latest theoretical knowledge, but our emphasis will be on translating that quickly into competency. So for example, if you do a course downtown in management, they're not going to spend much time teaching you business process design. If you do a course with us, we're going to get out Mind Manager and we're going to teach you the intricacies of end-to-end business process design, so that when you walk out of here, you have a specific skill embedded in the latest technology where you can walk into an organization and you can map out all of their end-to-end processes and audit them and re-engineer them into best practices and so on and so forth. You wouldn't traditionally get that downtown because it would be more theoretically oriented. So I just want you to know the key points are: we are more pracademic, we are more holistic in the sense that we're invested in your development as a whole person. So what Godfrey's talking about when we do the leadership development course, we're actually using the latest Microsoft leadership development program, which I helped design, which we brought here and embedded in the course, which it has a joint emphasis on leading others and leading oneself. So you're going to get some of the best industry-based programs. It's going to be a academically oriented program. It's adult-friendly, and we emphasize holistic development. And we're here to work with you. We get that you've got challenges elsewhere in your life. So that's all I want to say. And by the way, I'm here, so if you have any questions, ask them now, because I'm intricately involved in the design of the overall program and the teaching of its courses. So if you have any questions, please ask me before you leave tonight.
One other just kind of reminder,